Hey guys, this is Mark from This Divided World. I'm currently in my kitchen sitting on the floor. For some reason it seems like all the videos I do end up in the kitchen. I don't know why, but that's not important. This is actually the fourth part to our face-to-face series. This is the second part of the fourth entry. It is basically who would Jesus vote for. I know Micah did a pretty decent length video explaining all this stuff. Hit on a lot of things that I would have hit on, so I might repeat some stuff, but I don't want to shove how I feel down anyone's throat. So I may throw out ideas in this talk of how I feel. My question really is not so much who would Jesus vote for, but who could you vote for and really feel at peace about it? Could you vote for good old Mitt? Could you vote for Barack Obama? Or are you not going to vote at all? That's the question that begs for the answer, basically. Now I know a lot of Christians are going to vote Republican because that's the Christian party. I strongly disagree. I think there's a great disconnect with the church and the state. I don't think either party follows the ways of Jesus in any way. I don't think Mitt Romney is going to be leading the way Jesus would lead. I don't think Barack Obama is going to be leading the way Jesus would lead. There's a lot of dishonesty in politics. There's a lot of dastardly stuff that is done behind the scenes that we don't see. But the question is, if we are to vote for one, who can we most justify voting for? Now, they attack each other with certain sins that they commit, or I don't even know if they attack each other. I know the Republicans are always barking about the sins that the Democrats are willing to allow be committed. And I just want to shed my view on it. I'm not asking you to, take it as more than a grain of salt, because it's my view, it's not yours. This is just fact that I have, and maybe it'll help you to see what's really going on if you haven't really delved into politics, because I'm pretty deep into it. I try not to get in conversations because it gets heated sometimes, but the Republicans often bark at the Democrats for allowing gay marriage, allowing abortion, being too giving to the poor. The Republicans are completely against welfare. They think that those people are, taking all of our money, and it's because of those people that we're not able to get the money that we deserve. And right there, the fact of the matter is that's not the case. The case is they want to spend tons of money on defense spending, and 75% of the spending goes to defense. About 18% maybe goes to welfare, food stamps, that kind of stuff. Assistance, which it clearly said in the Bible, feed the poor and take care of the widowed. They want to just completely wipe that right out. They don't want that at all. So right there is a clear statement of anti-Christianism in the Christian party. Another thing I'd like to point out is that they always call out things like abortion. Abortion is wrong. You're killing that innocent baby. That baby had no chance to live. But what about going to war, invading other countries, killing people for selfish reasons that you cover up with, we're doing this to defend our country or whatever? And what about execution? The Republicans are huge on execution, basically saying we decide when this man's going to die. We decide if this man deserves to live or not. We decide, basically we are the hand of God that's going to crush this man for his sin. And I know we wear the red tape over our mouth all the time, write life on it for abortion. But what about the man that's going to get executed? Are you willing to stand in front of that building where he's going to get executed, wear red tape on your mouth and write life on it, knowing that he murdered 15 people? Are you still willing to stand there and declare life and believe that he deserves a chance, just like that baby in the womb? Because you don't know if he might have gave his life to Christ on death row. Now, that's right there. He was born again, okay? So he's born again. He has a new life when he gave his life to Christ. And you don't know if he did or not. He's set for death. That's that. So he gives his life to Christ on death row. And we basically say, you're not worthy to live. We're going to take your life anyway. So he cannot live his new life, just like that baby in the womb can't live its new life. So I think there's a bit of hypocrisy in that this one's bad and this one's not, when in actuality God said in the Ten Commandments, thou shalt not kill. War, abortion, execution, hatred, all of that stuff is killing, and it's all the same in God's eyes, I believe. Killing is killing. You're taking the life of another person. You're killing that person. And then gay marriage. I mean, I don't agree in gay marriage, but I also wouldn't agree in making it illegal, because you're going against basically what God said to Adam and Eve in the garden. I give you the freedom to choose. You have your free will. Alright? So if you're a homosexual, you should have that freedom to choose, that freedom to face the consequences, if you believe there is any, to face consequences for your decisions, just like anything else that we do. The man that gets drunk in the bar, he is allowed to choose to get drunk in the bar. He's allowed to choose to drive. Now, if he kills somebody, that's the consequence of him drinking and driving. Same thing with gay marriage. It should be allowed because you have your freedom to choose. And that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to shove it down anyone's throat. I'm not saying I agree with gay marriage. I think it's unbiblical. I'm sorry if you don't. That's my interpretation. So your interpretation can be different. But I think it's unbiblical. But I would not hate on or bash someone for choosing to be gay. I actually have a couple of friends that have chose that path. And they're really nice people. That aside, I'm basically going on and on and on and on and on about how I feel about each party. The Democrats got their problems too, but I've already been going for about 10 minutes. So, with the little tidbit that I gave you, I just wanted to open up the fact that both parties are messed up, and you need to really research and pay attention to what's being said in the debates, what's being said in speeches that they do before this election, and you need to really ask yourself, is Mitt worthy of being president? Is Obama worthy of being president? Or am I not going to vote at all because I really can't justify voting for either of these people? And keep in mind that there's a lot of dishonesty that happens in the debates. There's a lot of dishonesty that will happen in their speeches. I would say pay attention to what they say in each speech, because it flip-flops like crazy. They'll say one thing here and say a different thing here, and you really need to weigh the character of that person and see what they genuinely feel by what they'll have like a passion and conviction in the things that they strongly believe, and they won't veer from that. But there's other things that they'll like veer back and forth from, and you basically have to come to a conclusion. This guy doesn't believe anything, or this is what he believes, and I agree with this more than I agree with this. So that's all I have. Oh yeah, there's something that Micah mentioned. Sorry for going so long. It's in 1 Samuel 8. The reason I feel that, there's so much corruption in just the government system and everything else is because it's man. It's not God. And I don't feel like we were intended to have a government system. I feel like we were intended to just be free to serve God as our king, not the government. Now, in 1 Samuel 8, it says, "But when they said, 'Give us a king to lead us,' this pleased Samuel, so he prayed to the Lord. And the Lord told him, 'Listen to all that the people are saying to you. It is not you they have rejected, but they have rejected me as their king.'" And basically, God wanted to be the king, and people decided that, no, our faith is too little to believe in you as king. We need an actual figure here, physical person to rule over us. And I believe we face the consequences for decisions made in the past thousands of years ago, however long ago that scripture took place. And I feel like we are paying the consequences for that now. I don't feel like anarchy is the choice, because now that it's set in motion, we have to obey the law. We have to obey government. That's in the New Testament. And where was I going with that? Just rambling on. Basically, I feel that the reason there's so much corruption in our country, so much corruption in our government, is because our government was meant to be just God himself, for us to go to him. So that's 14 minutes of food for thought on politics. I hope you got something out of my rambling. So yeah, who would Jesus vote for? Peace.